Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei DxD group took marriage counseling from Venelana and Zeoticus movie. Before we start, please go support AdamPendragon for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made, there will be some mistaken characters' gender, but of course Issei is a male. Don't know what to do before getting married? If you are a couple who needs help with your future marriage, don't hesitate and come to the best marriage counselors. Zeoticus Gremory and his wife Venelana Gremory, having great experience in marriages, decided to help future couples to have a healthy marriage. However, what advice will they give to couples? Chapter 1. Volley Lucifer and Natsume Minagawa. Territorio Gremory. Gremory Mansion. In two separate offices, two people entered each one. The first one that entered the office on the right was a handsome boy with light silver hair and hazel eyes who was Volley Lucifer, descendant of Lucifer and the current Sekiryuutei, and in the office on the left entered a beautiful girl with light brown hair tied up with a slender and voluptuous figure, being Natsume Minagawa, the bearer of one of the sacred gears of the four demons. Volley Natsume, hello, is this a place for newlyweds? In the office on the right sat at a desk a handsome man with long crimson hair tied in a loose ponytail with a black headband and blue eyes, having a short red beard, the current leader of the Gremory house, Zeoticus Gremory, and in the office on the left also sitting at a desk, a beautiful woman with short brown hair and violet eyes, with a voluptuous figure, being the current matriarch of the Gremory house, Venelana Gremory. Zeoticus Venelana, yes, this is it. Smiling. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, well, I never thought that Sekiryuutei was going to get married. Volley, let's just say a lot of things happened and Hyoudou recommended me to come here. Zeoticus, and very intelligent, to come here with my guide. You will be the ideal husband, not for nothing I am married and I even have a harem. Venelana office. Venelana, harem that I manage, but tell me, does Volley-kun want to have one? Natsume, well, for now it will just be us, I'm not sure either. Venelana, I understand you dear, but don't worry, with my experience, you will be the one who manages the relationship. Natsume, then please teach me Venelana-sama. Venelana, well noted, men are very kind, good, and above all they like to be in shape. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, but you have to know 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and run 10 kilometers to stay in shape. Volley, okay, but how will that help me be a good husband? Zeoticus, Volley, women love strong men. I fear Issei-kun is an example. With this advice, he never stops training. Hyoudou Mansion. In a room we can see a certain brunette wearing sportswear while he was lifting the heaviest weight. Issei, 497, 488, 499, and 500. Putting the weight in its place. If I get tired, I better take off my shirt so I don't catch a cold. Taking off his shirt. Okay, let's continue. What a group of girls who were the brown-haired boy's harem were watching through a hole in the room. Rias, take that off, mommy likes it wet. Bekeno, Rias, it's not fair, it's my turn. Baroka, I don't think it's my turn again. Nyan. Irina, I'm here so you don't see darling with sinful eyes. Zenovia, but the idea of spying on him was yours, Irina. Irina, huh? Well, then blushing. Hineko, also, Zenovia senpai couldn't stop seeing Issei senpai's scars and butt like a pervert. Zenovia, I already said that I really liked it like that, embarrassed. Bekeno, now Rias, it's my turn. Rias, I almost got to the best part. Asia, Rias Onasama, don't be selfish and let us see. Ravel, let's see, according to the order. After Rias-sama comes Suzaku-sama and then Akeno-sama, so order. Bekeno, damn. Suzaku, yes, fine. Rias, move away, I want to see those abs and butt. Zeoticus office. Volley, any other advice? Zeoticus, have good manners, tell me how is your department? Volley, well, it's clean. Albion, yes, of course, clean. You'll say about having magazines lying around, your mangas and your cans of instant noodles. Volley, shut up Albion. Venelana office. Venelana, they will always be training to save the world, and in that sense Volley-kun is stronger than you, right? Natsume, well yes, but. Venelana, but you must become an expert in another type of combat that Volley-kun cannot win. Natsume, what kind of fight would it be? Venelana, fighting in bed, smiling. Natsume, stop joking. Venelana, I'm not joking. Natsume-chan, you must awaken the lioness that roars inside you, be the alpha female, dominate your male, and make him moan with pleasure. Natsume, doing that would make me a pervert. Blushing. Venelana, hey dear, once you try the forbidden fruit you'll want more, I'll recommend this series of books to you. Giving some books to Natsume. Natsume, thanks for watching. Reading the titles, this is the Kama Sutra and 2 Sadomasochism books. Venelana, these are volumes 1 and 2. I would give you 3, but you're just starting. Natsume, reading some pages. How do you want me to do these things to Volley? Venelana, you must express a dominant aura. Rias and the others read those books and have been able to have a good marriage. Hyoudou mansion. Hex room. In a room where there were all kinds of hexable things from a large bed, handcuffs, whips and chains, the girls were dressed as dominatrixes while Asia read one of Venelana's books. Gabriel, are you sure that's true? Lint, I agree with Gabriel Sama, for me they read the book backwards. Rias, we don't follow the specifications, do we, Asia? Asia, yes, but I don't understand this part. We weren't supposed to offer him cake or ice cream. If he chose ice cream, we had to cover our breasts in ice cream and do blowjobs until he got tired. And if he chose cake, we had to whip him until he sweated and lick his sweat. Do I think we made a mistake? Roswas, Asia, the book is upside down. Asia, huh? Seeing that it was upside down. Oh girls, I'm sorry I ruined it. Embarrassed. Enemu, don't worry Asia, it happens to anyone. Zenobia, if you don't worry Asia, you'll be a great tamer. Asia, thanks girls smiling. Rias, okay girls, let's start from scratch. Sorry but you don't mind, right? The brown-haired man was naked and chained, while it was noticeable that his whole body was tired. Issei, oh of course not girls, but can we stop or take a break? Akeno, Ara I'm afraid not. Licking her lips. Issei, please girls, I really can't feel my little friend. Lavinia, if your little friend could endure all the blowjobs I gave you, he can do even more. Let's start with the inverted 69. Issei, I'm lying, I saw my grandfather in heaven, girls stop, Yukino Keno puts his face between her breasts. Rias, okay, take off his chains, tie him to the bed and we'll start again. Kuroka and Yusaka's turn. Kuroka, I'm here for YOU. Yusaka, fine, but then they approve my idea of using my tails to make a tentacle hentai with Issei. Venelana office. Natsum, I'll keep it just in case, I can't imagine the person who got to volume 3. Venelana, oh that was Sona, it seems she became very expert. Sona's house. Sona's room. In the room that was illuminated with a violet light was a girl with a slim figure, black hair styled in a short bob cut, and violet eyes dressed as a dominatrix and wearing red glasses, was sitting on the back of a boy with short blonde hair and grey eyes who was naked. Being the current leader of the Sitri clan Sona Sitri and her husband the bearer of the sacred gear of one of the dragon kings, the possessor of all the sacred gears of Ritrasaji Genshuru, who was quite uncomfortable by the situation. Saji, Kaichu, you said we would play Twister. Sona, what did I tell you about calling me Kaichu when we were alone Saji? Whipping his butt with a whip. Saji, sorry Sona. Sona, that's it, I'm your mistress and you're my slave. Standing up from Saji to sit on the bed, taking off her heels and stockings. Now lick my feet, pervert. Saji, Sona I can't do that blushing. Sona, so what do you prefer, 500 lashes on your butt? Or for me to masturbate you with my feet until I drain you dry? Saji, come on Saji, think carefully, one way you'll end up with your butt redder than a baboon's, and the other way which foot should I start licking with? Venelana office. Natsum, I think I will read volumes 1 and 2. Venelana, perfect, fine, now for the end of the appointments. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, do you know how to play the guitar? Ollie, no. Zeoticus, I recommend classes, a good song to make girls fall in love, be punctual on dates, and always try to make her happy. Bali, good writing down what else? Zeoticus, if you're going out with your friends, never be late home. Bali, why? Zeoticus, believe me. Putting a hand on Vali's shoulder you wouldn't believe it if I told you. Hyoudou mansion. You can see how Issei secretly entered the mansion seeing that the girls were not there. Issei, damn, Kiba and the others really spend time playing video games. Walking through the kitchen grate, a brownie. Taking the brownie and eating it. The brown-haired boy continued walking carefully until he saw a lamp turn on, seeing that it was the girls. Issei. Hola. Ravel, Issei-sama, where was I? Issei, with Kiba and the boys I know that but he saw how Tiamat sniffed him. Tiamat, it smells like you were drinking. Issei, a little bit of golden apple liquor wasn't much. Office, sniffing Issei it was a lie in one gulp. Drag, ha 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 you're in trouble. Issei, shut up Drag, you're not helping. Rias, we let you go out with your friends, but you can't arrive smelling like alcohol in the mansion. Issei, I know, I'm going to take a bath and. Rias, we're doing a good job of punishing ourselves today, let's go girls. Walking with the rest of the girls. Issei, no girls wait. Rias, we already have the exotic dancer costumes ready. Issei, private dances no. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, also always treats like a queen always with elegance. Bali, treat but don't change my attitude. Zeoticus, okay, bad boy style suits you. Venelana office. Venelana. You must support Vali Khan in whatever he needs, as his future wife you must be attentive. Natsum, understood, what else should I know? Venelana, let's see, how do you think you'll sleep with Vali-kun? Natsum, well, we were thinking about sleeping in a bed together and well, I would wear pajamas and… Venelana, no, no. Shaking her finger, if you want to be dominant, you must sleep naked so you can hug Vali-kun and rub your body against his, warming him up like a hungry lioness wanting to devour her male. Natsum, what? I'm embarrassed to do it. Venelana, Natsum-chan, in a marriage you should not feel ashamed. You and Vali-kun will share intimacy, you should also bathe with him. Natsum, I don't see anything wrong with that. Venelana, and wash his body with your body. Natsum, and there's no way I can do that. Venelana, it would serve you well to rub your breasts on Vali-kun's back while giving him a sensual smile, you will have him in your networks and then make him yours. Natsum, I could really do all those things to Vali, blushing but writing down every piece of advice. Venelana, I would recommend aphrodisiac soap but it will be your first marriage, so don't be afraid. Natsum, I feel like I'm going to become a pervert. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, you should always write down important dates and, for the love of God, write down their birthday and anniversary, if so, get it tattooed so you don't forget. Vali, are you kidding, right? Zeoticus, doesn't look. Taking off his shirt to show on his back birthdays and anniversaries. Vali, they are almost invisible. Zeoticus, they are magical tattoos. Putting his shirt back on, but in any case always write them down on a calendar. Vali, okay, Anator calendario Nintendo. Zeoticus, but the important advice is to be yourself. Vali, myself. Zeoticus, Vali, you are a boy who suffered a lot in his childhood. I know that now you live a married life and you don't understand it, but Natsum chose you for who you are, so you don't have to change much and be yourself. Vali. Smiling, thank you, I will appreciate that advice, Lord Gremory. Zeoticus, well, I think our section is over. I'll see you on the wedding day. Vali, thanks a lot for the advice though. Zeoticus, one more thing, take this. Giving Vali a box always prepared and armed. Vali, condoms. Zeoticus, for the wedding night, well Vali Lucifer, I hope you are happy with your wife. Vali, thank you very much Lord Gremory. Both men stood up to shake hands and in the other office the women shook hands as well. Vali then went to tell his friends what his marriage advice section was like. Sitri Hospital. Waiting room. Vali was gathered together with Kiba, Gasper, Razor and Seekvaira in the waiting room, waiting for someone to come out. Kiba, tell us Vali, how was the Zeoticus Sama section? Vali, it was good, although I hope I can make Natsum happy, his advice was good. Seekvaira, really? I think I'll go. I mean, I think I'll propose to Kuoh soon. Razor, do it. I went to their sections and I really improved a lot as a husband. Gasper, hey look, they're out. The doors opened and the boys turned around to see Saji and Issei in a wheelchair, Issei being taken by Rias and her harem and Saji by Sona. The boys had no idea what happened to their friends. Kiba, Issei-kun, Saji-kun, are you okay now? Issei, yes, the doctor said that in about 4 weeks I'll be as good as new. Saji, he told me that in 3 weeks I'll be fine. Gasper, that's good to hear, but Issei-senpai, Saji-senpai, what happened to you? Issei Saji, well, but Issei felt Ria's hand on his shoulder giving a terrifying smile along with the other girls and Sona who also put her hand on Saji's shoulder, giving a terrifying smile. We fell. Kiba, again. It's the 6th time this week. Issei, I'm really clumsy, aren't I, Saji? Saji, exactly, Hyoudou is right, it's just that I'm clumsy when it comes to going downstairs. Razor, well be careful next time and if you go to Vali's wedding. Issei, of course the girls and I will go. Saji, Sona and I will also be there. Rias, well, if you excuse us, we have to take our husbands home. Lavinia, Virginia-kun, tell Natsum-chan from me that congratulations again. Vali, thanks Lavinia. Sona, okay, let's go Saji. Saji, see you at the wedding Vali. Issei, congratulations. Both boys walked away with their wives as the boys had a drop of sweat running down their temples while Vali sighed tiredly. Wedding day. Vali was adjusting his groom's suit, which was becoming quite uncomfortable, the bow tie of the suit was very tight. Vali, I know I practiced how to do this, but this jumpsuit is too tight. Albion, what are you talking about? It looks great on you, and it's 2 turns to the right, not the left. Vali, right thanks Albion. Albion, you know Vali, since I met you I always thought you would die a virgin. Vali, very funny. Albion, ha ha ha, and look at you now married, and the worst thing was that you practiced how to propose to him. Vali, hey, it's very difficult to do it, I just want to make Natsum happy. Seeing himself in a mirror. Okay, I think it's done. It looks great on you Vali. The Pelaplata turned around to see a group of people being the team of /dog Tobio Ikus and his fiancée Sei Taoju, Kauki Samijima, Shigyu Nenaderu, Lavinia Rinai and Suzaku Himejima, both wives of the Sekiryuutei Hyoudou Issei, in addition to being his friends and AdamPendragon Biku. Bali, what is this, a last/dog reunion? Say, not at all Vali-san, we want to tell you congratulations. Suzaku, let's hope you're happy with Natsume. Aoki, yes, you already know, but Vali, if you regret it, can you? Vali, no way, Kauki, I'm not going to leave Natsume at the altar. Aoki, I see with a depressed aura. Tobio, ha ha ha, I see you're still in bad shape since Natsume rejected you. Aoki, shut up. Shigyun, I hope you make Natsume happy, white dragon child. Vali, come on, do you still remember that nickname? Lavinia, Virginia-kun, congratulations, hugging Vali, I hope you and Natsume-chan are happy. Who would say that the tender Virginia-kun is a child who had Chuunabu syndrome is getting married? Vali, I'm not a Chuunabu. Separating from Lavinia. Biku, Kai, who would have thought that Vali would be so dominated? Hey, don't let him put you on a leash, ha ha ha. Vali, what the hell are you talking about, Biku? Arthur, Vali, I am proud to be present today. Thank you for choosing me to organize your wedding. Vali, well, after all, you are the most elegant for this kind of things. Arthur, I see, well, let's go, Vali, good luck. The group left, leaving Vali alone, who continued adjusting his suit, smiling, but then some images passed through his mind, putting a sad smile. Vali, I wish you were here, Akasan, brothers, one day I will go with them. Walking to the door when Azazel entered. Azazel, ready. Vali, what are you doing here? Azazel, what are you talking about? I'm going to introduce you as your familiar. Vali, that's not necessary, Azazel. Listen Vali, I know what you want, your mom to be here, and I'm very sorry that we're not even yet, but I promise you that one day you'll be able to go with her. Vali, thanks Azazel. Azazel, also smiling, maybe neither your father, mother or grandfather were there for you, but I was the one who raised you. Vali, Azazel here. Azazel, oh, the wedding is about to start, let's go. Opening the door. Vali, thanks Dad, whispering. The wedding continued as planned. Vali waited at the altar until the door opened and Natsume entered in a beautiful white dress, walking slowly, which for Vali when he saw her was very beautiful. Arriving at the altar, the ceremony continued as planned, although when the time came to speak now or forever hold your peace, Kauki was going to raise his hand, but Tobio lowered it. After that Vali kissed Natsume, finally sealing their married relationship. Everyone applauded and some girls shed tears. Of course, during the traditional bouquet toss, many girls tried to catch the bouquet. In the end, Vali and Natsume got into a limousine to a hotel to spend their wedding night. It must be said that, to the brunette's embarrassment, Vali carried her like a princess while they kissed. Hotel room. The room had a bed big enough to almost have a private party, quite a few bottles of champagne and several glasses. Vali was sitting on a bed waiting for Natsume, who was changing. Vali, come on Vali, you can do this. You fought tougher opponents. You can do this. Just remember what your family said. Vali's imagination. Rizavam, Vali, you are as dumb as a stone and ugly as blasphemy. If your father and I hit you, you will let us. End of Val's imagination. Vali, damn childhood traumas. Natsume, Vali, I'm Ready. The silver-haired man raised his head to blush as he saw his current wife wearing provocative lingerie, wearing a black bra and panties with brown stockings, having her hair loose, giving Vali a seductive smile. Vali, and Natsume. Natsume, tell me Vali, does it fit me well? Turning around to put her hands against the room window, showing her butt that the panties didn't cover much of her buttocks. Vali, it looks great on you, you're beautiful. Being dazzled by Natsume's butt. Natsume, okay, turning around to see Vali ready. Vali, wait, I think we better toast. First, I'll go get some champagne. But when the boy was going for the drinks, Natsume took Vali's hand and threw him onto the bed, getting on top of him. Vali, Natsume, what are you doing? Blushing. Natsume, I don't want to toast with champagne, I want a white dragon to eat, tearing Vali's shirt. Vali, remember what Lord Gremory gave you, taking out some condoms, how about we use this, I mean you know how ours is. He saw how Natsume took the condoms and threw them away. Natsume, ufu Vali, I want it without a condom. Get ready because I won't let you sleep all night. Vali, any advice Albion? Albion, well, what can I say, Vali, they've already dominated you, ha ha ha. Vali, damn son of a. He couldn't continue because Natsume started kissing him deeply at night. The hotel's tenants reported complaints of several male moans coming from the room that didn't let them sleep. Vali and Natsume's married life had just begun. Chapter 2. Serirg Baal and Kusha Abalon. Territorio Gremory. Gremory Mansion. In the offices of Zeoticus and Venelana, two people entered Zeoticus's office. A handsome man with black hair and violet eyes entered. He is very tall and has a muscular build due to his extreme training. In Venelana's office entered a beautiful girl with a voluptuous figure, blonde hair tied in a ponytail and green eyes. Now they are the heir of the Bale clan, and for taming Regulus, he is considered the bearer of the Longinus Regulus Nemea, also called the Lion King of the Bale house, Serirg Bale, and his queen considered the best queen of the Bale house, Kuoh Abalon. Serirg Kuoh, hello, is this the place for honeymooners? Zeoticus Venelana, yes, welcome smiling. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, welcome Serirg, wow, I never believed this moment would happen, take a seat. Serirg, thanks, uncle taking a seat. I've heard you're very good at giving advice on how to be a good husband. Zeoticus, and you didn't hear wrong. You'll see that you'll be not only a fighting machine, but a loving machine. Serirg, well go ahead, tell me what I should do. Venelana office. Venelana, I'm happy you came, dear. Ending, thank you Venelana Sama. Venelana, come on, are you going to marry my nephew? Tell me, answered Venelana smiling. Kuoh, I can't say that, so I'll call her Venelana-san. Venelana, well, that's fine, but don't worry, with my help, you'll be a great wife and an expert lion tamer. Winking. Kuoh, I don't know what the last thing means, but teach me Venelana-san. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, well Serirg, you will first become a master of poetry. Serirg, poetry. Zeoticus, girls like you to be romantic, tell me, what does Kuoh like? Serirg, daisies because of yellow are their favorite color. Zeoticus, well, you already have material to write your poetry. Serirg, oh, I see, I understand writing down. Venelana office. Venelana, okay, did you write down what I said? Ending, not Venelana Sama smiling and noting. Venelana, another piece of advice, I know it will be very difficult to get my nephew to bed, so try other ways of doing it. Here, read this. She gives a book to Kuoh. Kuoh, let's see, role-playing games. Looking at the book cover. Venelana, if you have a range of information on how they can experience new forms, Serirg can be a hero, and you the evil and sensual villain who will corrupt his spirit with hex. Kuoh, wait, it's so embarrassing. Blushing. Venelana, why? You know Eubeluna, who is also the queen of Razor, has put these role-playing games into practice. Even Tsubaki-chan does them a lot with Kiba-kun. Phoenix Mansion. Razor's room. Razor, Eubeluna dear, this is uncomfortable. Eubeluna, come on Razor-sama, you said that today we would do whatever you wanted. Razor, yes, but not this. In the room was the blonde man dressed in the male uniform of the Kuoh Academy, while his wife, a beautiful woman with purple hair and eyes of the same color, with a voluptuous figure, his queen Eubeluna, was dressed like a sensual teacher. With glasses, a shirt that reveals her wide cleavage, a miniskirt, very erotic brown stockings, and she wore heels. They were in a typical school setting with Razor sitting in a seat and Eubeluna had a desk, blackboard and some chalk. Razor, I thought you wanted something not so embarrassing. Blushing. Eubeluna, ufu dear, I'm not ashamed, come on, read the script I made for you. Razor, well. Eubeluna, doesn't he love me? Pouting. Razor, no, it's not okay, I'll read it. Eubeluna, well, start from the first line smiling. Razor, well, what do I have, maybe? Cough, reading the script. Eubeluna-sensei, why did you make me stay alone? Eubeluna, you see Razor-kun, I've seen that you have a lot of trouble passing my subject sitting on the desk while crossing her legs. Razor, seeing Eubeluna's legs, hold on Razor, hold on. Eubeluna, ara, I see you can't stop looking at my legs. Do you like them that much, pervert? Smiling sensually. Razor, it's not that, it's just that seeing how Eubeluna approached him. Eubeluna, tell me Razor-kun, why can't you concentrate on your classes? Ufu taking off one of her heels to rub her foot on Razor's crotch. Razor, and with the stockings, hold on Fifi, hold on. Nervous it's that I. Eubeluna, I'm afraid that if you don't pass my subject you won't pass the year. Taking Razor by the chin. Razor, sensei we can't, we are just teacher and student, besides don't you have something with the director? Eubeluna, I only let that disgusting guy grope me so he could raise my salary, honestly Razor-kun, I love you licking Razor's ear. Razor, sensei embarrassed. Eubeluna, this will be a secret between us. You will be my slave and you will satisfy me, and in exchange I will let you pass my material, whispering sensually in her ear. Razor, what if I refuse? Eubeluna, I'll tell the whole school that you wanted to grape me, well choose Razor-kun, licking Razor's ear. Razor, it's okay but don't tell anyone. Eubeluna, I want you to say it. Razor, I can't, it's embarrassing. But Eubeluna took Razor by the chin again to give him a French kiss that the purple-haired girl ended up winning by dominating Razor to separate due to lack of air. Razor, sensei blushing. Ubaluna, well say it Razor kun seductive smile. Razor, I am Ubaluna sensei's slave whispering. Ubaluna, sorry I didn't hear you, say it again. Razor, I am Ubaluna sensei's slave. Blushing. Ubaluna, okay now unbuttoning her shirt and bra to reveal her big breasts, let's see how well you do in this special class Razor kun, licking her lips. Razor, not even Phoenix's tears are going to help me with this. Tsubaki's house. Tsubaki's room. In a room filled with various mangas ranging from Yuri and various yaoi, the former Queen Sitri was sitting on her bed waiting for her husband who was in the bathroom. Tsubaki, Kiba-kun are you ready? Hiba, Tsubaki you said we would do something different not this. Tsubaki, please dear, I want to see you in the suit. Hiba, well here I go leaving the bathroom. The Gremory knight was dressed as a beautiful girl who gave Tsubaki a nosebleed. Tsubaki, Kiba-kun suits you perfectly. Smiling. Hiba, this is uncomfortable, there's the chest padding, nervous looking at his chest. Tsubaki, did you find it awkward when you transformed into a woman to help Issei-kun with his fear of injections? Jealous. Hiba, no waving his hands it's just that Tsubaki is uncomfortable with you blushing. Tsubaki, don't feel sorry, you look just like the protagonist of my favorite manga. In fact, if you want, can we act out one of the scenes? Seductive smile. Hiba, well, that's what I'm dressed for, right? And what's the manga about? Tsubaki smiled sensually to put Kiba against the wall and with her hand held his chin. Tsubaki, so, now we are sisters, I must tell you that I don't like your style looking seriously at Kiba. Hiba, what's wrong with Tsubaki? She changed quickly. Wait, now that I remember, there's a manga she lent me about two girls who became sisters, like the manga Citrus, right? Tsubaki, hey, Baka, I'm talking to you. Won't you say anything? Your gal style disgusts me. Hiba, what should I do? Should I act like a sister? It's for Tsubaki, and what could happen? What are you talking about? I didn't accept being your sister, and I also want to fall in love with a boy. Tsubaki, a boy? Men are not allowed in my school. You're a pervert. Hiba, and you should stop acting like the student council president. The brunette then sensually kissed Kiba, who took a while to reciprocate, then separated due to lack of oxygen, leaving Kiba blushing. Hiba, oh Wani-chan blushing. The former Sitri queen threw Kiba onto the bed and quickly got on top of him. Hiba, hey what are you doing? Tsubaki, Baka taking off her clothes while kissing him. The blonde didn't know how to act in the situation. He felt so dominated by his wife that he instinctively grabbed Tsubaki's breast. Tsubaki. Hiba, I am sorry blushing. Tsubaki, it's okay, after all it's my first time lowering her hand to Kiba's crotch, groping it. Hiba, I think I'll have to go to the hospital after this. Venelana office. Kusha, they take those games very seriously. Venelana, haha, you can't even imagine my daughter, the others really enjoy role-playing games with Issei-kun. Hyoudou mansion. Our favorite brown-haired boy was running terrified in his mansion dressed almost like an explorer, but in boxers, he was running as if his life depended on it. Fortunately, he reached a room where, after checking that they weren't following him, he hid to rest. Issei, well, no one is coming, I need to find a way out. Drag, are you there? Looking at his hand Drag. Inside the boosted gear. The powerful red dragon was in chibi form sitting in an armchair while playing a video game. Drag, it was a good idea to ask Azazel to let Doom run on the boosted gear, although he does see some bugs. I must increase the memory of the boosted gear. Issei, Dragon. Dragon T necesito. Drag, I'm not about to pass this level now he continued playing. Issei, Drag quickly I need you. Drag, ah. Damn. I always have to save this brat so he doesn't get caught, but anyway, let's see what this pain in the ass wants pausing the game. Outside the boosted gear. Drag, okay, tell me what the fucking emergency is. Issei, you know I could hear everything you said, right? Drag, and you know Ibu that I don't give a damn about that, let me guess by your outfit, role-playing games again. Issei, yes, and it's the girl's favorite game with a scared face. Drag, and what is your name? Issei, explorer sees hot Amazons bathing and becomes their hex slave. Drag, isn't that your most frequent search on your porn sites? Issei, I know, Rias saw it and liked that he named the game like that, how much he loved her smiling. Drag, okay, so you need me for. Issei, I need you to look for an exit from the mansion. I've already used all the hiding places the last few times. I must survive until midnight and I will win. Drag, how many times have you won this game? Issei, 0 scratching his neck. Drag, no Ibu, you're really screwed. Issei, help hearing a noise shhh Drag don't talk I hear something. In another part of the mansion. They were in the chestnut's harem dressed as Amazons using animal skins that he doesn't know where they got them from, and Rias, who was dressed as the Amazon queen, using lion clothes, looking for her husband, walking slowly so that her prey wouldn't notice they were there. Kaneko, licking the floor. Issei senpai is close, I'll pass this way. Rias, he couldn't get far. Kaneko, Kuroka, Yasaka, Kunu, Tiamat, office, you are our best trackers, find him. Kuroka, hi, leave it to us nya. Yasaka, well, Kunu, make your haha proud, taking a shirt from Issei, smell this. Kunu, smelling Issei's shirt and then sniffing the area, he's close, I can smell his fear. Tiamat, your daughter is a good Yasaka. Office, you have advanced. Kunu raising thumb. Kunu, thank you. Fist Dono smiling. Kuroka, well, let's hope the Kitsune princess guides, well, Issei Nyan's scary smell is the best aphrodisiac for me nyan. Tiamat, I feel like a real hunter to myself. Ufu licking her lips. The girls followed Kunu to search for Issei, while Rias stayed with the others. Rias, okay, have the rest set the traps. Asia, hi, Rias, on Asama, even Zenovia-san and Arena-san are in the ventilation ducts in case they try to escape through there. Rias, okay, looking at the other girls, remember sisters, I want him alive, whoever brings him to me will be the first to have the first round, is that clear? Girls, AU. Then the ducks. Both friends were at the entrance, however they had a small problem. Zenovia, I already told you. Arena, push harder. Arena, why does your butt have to be so big? It barely fits through the duct. Pushing Zenovia. That's because the ex-Durandal carrier's enormous rear end got stuck in the duct entrance while her best friend tried to push her in. Arena, come on, come in, slapping Zenovia. Zenovia, Arena, save it for tonight, now is not the time. Arena, I didn't mean to do it that way. Blushing. Returning to Issei. Issei, shit, they're close, help me and I'll get you the best version of Doom. Greg, okay, listen to me, Ibu. I know a technique that will make you invisible to the enemy. Issei, wow, judging as you say, it must be a powerful technique. Tell me what it is. Minutes later. Issei can be seen using a box as a disguise in order to sneak out of the mansion stealthily. Issei, Drake, this technique is crap. Drake, of course not, Ibu used this technique in a video game and it was undetectable. Issei, okay, just tell me where is the exit. Drake, main door on the right, then left, then right and go straight. Issei, buried. The brunette followed Drake's instructions, moving with the box through the mansion. The girls followed him looking for him until, in one of the hallways, he almost ran into Ravel and LaFay. Issei, damn, I hope they don't see me, moving slowly, seen by the two blondes. Ravel, the box is moving, looking at the box. LaFay, shoot him. Morgana's Descendant launched magical attacks while Ravel used her fire, fortunately Issei managed to escape. Our chestnut continued his epic journey until he could see the long-awaited door that would lead him to freedom. Issei, drag the door is ahead. Running. Drag, yes, but be careful with. But by not listening, Issei did not notice the trap that was activated, trapping his foot in a rope, leaving him hanging. Drag, with the trap there, giving himself a face. Issei tried to free himself quickly, but then he was surrounded by all his wives, who he could already see, some with hard eyes and licking their lips as if they saw something delicious about to be devoured. Issei, girls, hello, sorry to see you, spied on, give me another 5 minutes head start. Roswis, wow, I don't think that's going to work, poking him with her spear. Issei, any other advice, Drake? Inside the boosted gear. Drake, very well, back to Doom, unpausing the game, damn, they already killed me. Outside the boosted gear. Issei was tied to a stick as if he were an animal being hunted, while Rias looked at him with a tender smile. Rias, well, explorer, for spying on my sisters and seeing their nakedness, how do you declare yourself? Issei, innocent. Rias, I see how the queen of the Amazon sentenced you to die by snoo. Issei, swallow saliva, do I have permission to make a request? Gabriel, no. Rias, okay, let's go girls, death by snoo. Girls, death by snoo. Death by snoo. Death by snoo. So they continued marching to a room where, upon closing the door, legend has it that the Sekiryuutei was squeezed to the core. Venelana office. Kuoh was shocked by the reference that the Gremory matriarch told her, who kept a smile. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, well, Serekh, another important point is that you must have a little Spanish accent. Serekh, Spanish accent. Zeoticus, that excites the girls. Serekh, Spanish accent. Serekh's imagination. The Lion King entered his mansion riding a horse, leaving it while holding Kuoh's hand. Serekh, Kuoh, my love, I have come from far away to tell you that I love you, tearing his shirt and putting a rose in his mouth. Olay. End of Serekh's imagination. Serekh, yes, I will try, but I will write it down. Zeoticus, well, we're out of time. I'll see you at the wedding. I extend my hand. Serekh, many uncle taking Zeoticus's hand. I promise you that I will make her happy. Sitri hospital. In a room was Vali with his doctor doing a checkup on him. Vali, doctor, tell me, will I be okay? Doctor, Mr. Lucifer, I'll be honest with you. You have almost your entire hip broken. What happened to you? Vali, well I fell blushing. Doctor, wow, this isn't my first case. I'll recommend some painkillers. Take one every night and that's it. Vali, thanks doc, taking the pills. Waiting room. Asper was reading a magazine with Saji while they were waiting for their friends. Asper, Saji senpai, isn't it strange that Issei senpai, Kiba senpai and Razor Sama fell again? Saji, it's very strange, I curse whoever made the stairs. You can tell they're waiting for someone, right? They both turned around to see Serekh greet them both and sit on one of the sofas. Asper, Serekh Sama, it's a pleasure to see you. How did it go at Zeoticus Sama's accessory? Serekh, my uncle's advice was good, I should definitely make the most of it. Saji, believe me, master, it helped me a lot in my marriage. Asper, hey, here they come. The three boys saw 3 wheelchairs come out, one where Issei was carried by Rias and the girls, others where Razor was who was carried by Yubeluna and Kiba who was pushed by Tsubaki. Serekh, guys, are you okay? Saji, did the fall hurt? Issei, why yes, damn, I'm very clumsy. Razor, if I didn't see the wet floor sign. Kiba, what can I say, things that happen, ha nervous. Serekh, I see, but I hope that doesn't stop you from going to my wedding. Issei, of course not, I won't be there. Kiba, count on me Serekh Sama. Razor, now Yubeluna, take me home to the doctor. He said that with a few phoenix tears, I'll be as good as new in 3 weeks. Yubeluna, of course Anada pushing Razor's wheelchair. Issei, I'm glad to see how good your marriage is. Bekeno, Ara it looks like ours, doesn't it? Anada. Issei, hi well we can go home. Rias, of course Serekh, congratulations smiling. The Belayer smiled as he said goodbye to his friends, while Gasper remained still reading the magazine. Asper, wow, he says what ways to impress a girl, this information is worth millions. Wedding day. The ceremony proceeded as planned, Serekh very nervous as he watched the audience, including his mother, smiling and encouraging him. Until the door opened showing Kuoh in a beautiful white dress for Serekh, it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen, everything proceeded normally, sealing their marriage with a kiss. However, as the newlywed couple was about to get into the limo, Serekh stopped his wife for a moment. Serekh, wait love, there's something I want to do. He raised his arms and with great force broke the tuxedo showing his body. Kuoh blushed at what her husband did and carrying her like a princess, he walked with her to the exit of the church. The men present represented this act as a maximum act of masculinity. The honeymoon days passed, and the married life of the Lion King of the Bale was excellent only for one detail that embarrassed him about his wife. Territorio Bale. Bale Mansion. Serekh, huh? Dear, are you sure about this? Kuoh, of course Serekh Sama, this is a way to give excitement to our marriage now as we rehearsed, ready? Serekh, sure, go ahead taking a script. The Belayer entered his gym in yoga clothes and even brought a mat where he saw his wife dressed as a Hexa yoga trainer, which made the black-haired man blush. Serekh, excuse me, are you the trainer of this place? Kuoh, of course you must be the new welcome to my class. I hope we have a good time, smiling sensually. Serekh, sure, where do I leave the cover? Kuoh, extend it in the area and do a pose separating the legs. The black-haired man found what she said strange, but it was in his script. He went to the place the blonde said and placed a mat, then proceeded to do a pose, separating his legs. Serekh, I don't see anything wrong with this, it's exercise. But what he didn't see was that Kuoh was eating him up with her eyes and started groping him, touching his back. Kuoh, you have a very Atlantic body, you could go to the Olympics. Serekh, thanks, I train a lot, feeling uncomfortable by the blonde's touch. Kuoh then slapped Serekh, making him scream from the small scare his wife caused him. Serekh, hey. What are you doing? Kuoh, I'm just helping you to stretch more from the beginning, same posture and hold it. The Belayer sighed and returned to the position without seeing how the blonde had taken off her shirt showing her breasts because she didn't have a bra and then hugged Serekh from behind while she licked his ear and lowered her hand to his butt, groping it. Kuoh, Serekh-san, I'm afraid I'll have to give you another kind of posture, licking his ear sensually. Serekh, I think this wasn't in the script. Serekh and Kuoh's new life as newlyweds was just about to begin. Chapter 3. Tobio-ikus, Seitauju and Shigyu Nenaderu. The doors of the Zeoticus and Venelana offices opened again. The boy who entered the Zeoticus office was a young man with short black hair and light gray eyes, this being Tobio-ikus, wielder of the Longinus Canis Lycaon and leader of his own/dog team. While in Venelana's office, two girls entered, the first being a beautiful woman with black hair and green eyes with a flower brooch in her hair, with a good figure. His companion was a young, biracial woman of Japanese and European descent, which makes her Eurasian. She has long, blonde hair tied in a braid that closely resembles a crown. Her eyes are heterochromatic, with one blue right eye and one black left eye. Issei DxD being the bearer of Cowardly Leon and Shigyun Nenaderu being the bearer of an independent Sacred of the Four Fiends, both members of /Dog. Tobio Issei Shigyun, hello, is this the place for honeymooners? Zeoticus Venelana, yes welcome smiling. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, wow, so /Dog, are you getting married? Tobio, I prefer you call me Tobio nervous smile. Zeoticus, I see you have two fiancés, right? I never thought you were more of a couple. Tobio, well, you know, a lot of things happen nervous smile. Zeoticus, very well, in that case we are going to make you a great husband. Venelana office. Venelana, you came to the right place, girls. Say, thank you Venelana-sama. Shigyun, Lavinia and Suzaku recommended this place to us, so I hope it helps us eating a chocolate bar. Venelana, don't worry, when you're done you'll become expert man-tamers smiling. Say Shigyun, huh? Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, let's see, it says here that you are a bartender of your own business. Tobio, if you've been to the Black Dog bar with a drop of sweat running down your neck. Zeoticus, perfect, a stable business, but tell me, what is your clothing style? Tobio, well, I'm not very good at being fashionable. Zeoticus, oh, we're going wrong. A good man must choose the best clothes to impress. Tobio, excuse me, is this necessary? Zeoticus, of course the guys I give advice to have surprised their wives by being almost fashionable. Kuoh shopping center. Men's clothing store. The boys were waiting in the fitting rooms when Kiba came out wearing a pair of jeans. Kiba, what do you guys think? Do I look fat in this? Turning around. Razor, I think it's better to choose a less tight one. Bali, I agree, a freer one, believe me, the less tight the better for the little friend. Razor, I understand. In another part of the store was Issei looking at red shirts. Issei, excuse me, do you have anything more crimson red? Manager, sir, we only have scarlet red and primary red. Asper, for me it's the same Issei senpai. Issei manager, excuse me. Issei, Gasper, this is scarlet red showing the shirt and this bright red showing a bright shirt are not the same. Manager, you lack manners, sir. Come with me, sir. The ones you're asking for are over here. Issei, wow, thanks smiling. The chestnut tree went with the manager while Gasper was left alone. Gasper, going shopping with the boys is weird. At that moment a sound of something breaking was heard, seeing that it was Seekvaira who tore another shirt by his muscles. Seekvaira, I like it, I'll take it. Do you have another one but Hawaiian? The attendant fainted as the bay layer had destroyed most of the shirts with his strength. Zeoticus office. Tobio, I understand, I'll see what the guys recommend. Zeoticus, very well, let's move forward. Venelana office. Venelana, and remember girls, the most important thing about clothes is the hexy outfits for seduction. Shigyun, outfits for seduction understood, eating a bag of sweets. Say, excuse me, but do we have to do this? Blushing. Venelana, of course, especially on those special nights, I will give you the address of this store, giving a piece of paper to Shigyun. The blonde blushed when she took the note because what she had written was the name of a hex shop. Shigyun, what's this for? Venelana, it's the store for women. The girls I advise have gotten everything they need from there. Kuoh shopping center. Women's store. The girls were looking at provocative underwear. Tsubaki, which one should I wear? Looking at the clothes. Zenobia, first, choose the thinnest thongs that show off your buttocks. Tsubaki, sure. Natsum, yes, believe me, it works a lot and it feels more natural. Tsubaki, fine, I'll take a couple of them. Asia, hey, where are Roswa-san, Sona-san, Akeno-san and Rias Onasama? Ravel, Roswa-sama went to the 100 yen shop to see what they had next. Irina, it's clear she really likes those stores with a drop of sweat running down her neck. Ubaluna, regarding the others, Akeno said she would take them to buy some things. But Akeno, Rias and Sona. The group of girls walked through the mall until they entered a hex shop. Rias, wow, look at all this. Sona, are you sure we can be here? Adjusting her glasses. Akeno, don't worry Sona-sama, I just came to buy some things. Rias, about that Akeno like. Manager, oh Sadix Queen has returned. The manager greeted Akeno, to which she responded, confusing the others. Rias, Sadix Queen. Akeno, it's my dominatrix name smiling. Manager, hi, Sadix Queen is our premium client here, everything she wears is the best erotic equipment, a master of eroticism. Akeno, Ara, you'll make me blush. Sona, how vulgar blushing. Manager, about that, Sadix Queen, who are they? Are they your girlfriends? Rias Sona, huh? Bekeno, UFU not only are they coming with me, but you should meet her points to Rias, she is Crimson Queen. Manager, Crimson Queen. Taking Ria's hand I can't believe it, I've met you in person. Everything you order online is incredible. You're legendary, like Sadix Queen and eroticism. Rias, well thanks, let's say I had a good teacher looking at Akeno. Sona, too need to say it in private. The leader of the Sitri clan approached to tell the person in charge her nickname, at which point her face turned red. Manager, why you are? Sona, don't say it. Blushing. Rias, is something wrong Sona? Akeno, are you coming here to Sona-sama? Sona, and no of course not, I never came to this place so. Manager, Empress Tamer of Men. Kaya you're amazing. Rias, what is Sona talking about? Sona, I don't know blushing. Manager, how come you don't know about her? The Empress Tamer of Men is the biggest sadist. One day, she asked me for a hair from Troy, candles, and an R. Sona, I didn't do any of that. Red face. Rias and Akeno just started laughing, while the manager also laughed a little. Sona, sighing well it doesn't matter, I need you to show me the merchandise. Manager, understood, my ladies this way starting to walk. The girls walked to a part of the store filled with bondage, sadomasochism, and dominatrix outfits. Rias, wow, it looks interesting. Akeno, UFU I'll need a new outfit. Rias, you already have like 2 Akeno. Akeno, ARA look who's talking, you're like 5. Rias, a girl needs options, let's see what we have. The 3 girls approached the counter where the manager was with several whips and riding crops. Manager, tell me, ladies, what do you need? Sona, I need another whip, one that causes pain to the point that it becomes pleasure. Manager, understood, let me see taking a whip I recommend number 59, with a fairly quick and very retractable range, made of black leather, and if you look closely by pressing a button with spikes coming out, you can whip your victim with this, causing small wounds. Sona, interesting taking the whip. Akeno, I need another whip putting hers on the counter. Manager, what? It's already worn out. But I sold it to you 3 weeks ago. Akeno, I had to use it for many things licking her lips, I need a black leather one with a sure hit. Manager, let me see looking at the whips, taking one what do you think of number 78? Leather as black as night, strong enough to cause a lashing on the skin. Akeno, I don't want to hurt my husband, I just want to make him scream my name. Manager, in that case the Spanish model called the Black Mamba, putting the whip black leather used in Greek punishments. The black-haired woman took the whip, seeing that it had good weight and balance. Akeno, UFU I think I'll take it. Rias, I want a Greek model whip made of brown leather. I want its blow to cause pleasure to my victims. Manager, wow Crimson Queen, how dirty we see taking out a whip Greek model 45 used in Greek punishments, her lashes leave marks on her victims, I recommend giving the lashes on the buttocks for more pleasure. Iridide took the whip and gave a strong lash that she liked. Rias, I like it, but I want a dessert. Manager, tell me how I want it. Rias, for the girls I want something soft that when rubbed causes a pleasurable but at the same time satisfying and erotic sensation. Manager, I think what she wants is this placing a whip on the table, the tickling whip number 23 effective, its feathers are so soft it would even bring a girl to orgasm. Rias, I need something that makes the nipples of a virgin girl erect. Managers, well, we have this putting another whip Greek model tickling whip, the torturers used it, with its soft feathers, they made even a virgin girl get excited. Rias, excellent, I'll take them. Smiling. Manager, I'll order them now. I hope your nights are lively. Rias Akeno Sona, yes they will be lustful smile. Venelana office. Sei and Shigyun blushed and just wrote down everything Venelana said. Venelana, and remember also the point of turning a man on is to make him beg for you. Say, let's do all that to Tobio-kun. Shigyun, I feel dirty blush. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, that's why you should also buy all your birthday, Christmas, or anniversary gifts in advance. Tobio, why? Zeoticus, don't forget one. Bali department. The albino was sorting his wife's gifts with his friends. Bali, hey, where's Natsume's 5th anniversary present? Arthur, I don't know, I had put it in the kitchen. Iku, was that a gift? Since they were cookies, I ate them Kai smiling. At that moment the Descendant of Pendragon began to slowly move away, an aura covered the body of the Descendant of Lucifer, who took the armor of the Descendant of Sun Wukong for himself. Bali, damn, you've gone crazy. You just ruined my anniversary. Iku, hey man, calm down. How bad is it that you don't have any presents? Bali, too bad. Hyoudou told me he once forgot our anniversary and his wife made him sleep in a doghouse for a whole week. And I'm not going to sleep outside. Iku, see calm down, act like a girl, I see who wears the pants in the relationship, Natsum is leading you, right? Kai. Bali, now I'm going to be monkey soup for you. The albino activated his balance breaker which led to the poor monkey Yaokai being chased all over the apartment while Arthur started drinking tea. Arthur, speaking of which, LaFay told me that I had to accompany her to buy the gift for Issei. Zeoticus office. Thobio, a doghouse. Zeoticus, and that was the soft part, my son Sirzechs forgot my grandson's birthday, and Grayfia forced him to sleep outside for a year, ha ha ha. The black-haired man, worried about this, began to write down desperately. Venelana office. Venelana, very girls, now it is crucial that you write this down. Say, understood, what should we do Venelana-sama? Venelana, since they will be acting as a trio, they must always be training Tobio-kun's resistance. Shigyun, resistance. Venelana, that is, how long Tobio-kun stays in bed smiling. Say, huh. Blushing. Shigyun, I feel perverted blushes. Venelana, girls, it is necessary to look, men are very good at fighting and stronger than us, that is why we women must become masters in perversion and in bed to leave our man dominated, do you understand? Say, and how would we do that? Venelana, put a timer on the bed and do it without giving it a break until you break the record. Shigyun, the method is reliable. Venelana, of course, my daughter always puts the method to the test smiling. Hyoudou mansion. Everything in the mansion seemed quiet except for strange noises that as they approached were male moans. The center of all that noise was in our favorite chestnut tree's room. Issei's room. Lemon skipped. Venelana office. The two girls were shocked by the story that their faces were red while Venelana was still smiling. Say, we'll write it down. Shigyun, stopwatch, right. Venelana, I'm glad to know we understand each other smiling. But Zeoticus. Zeoticus, very well the following is important. Thobio, very well, what should I do? Zeoticus, if you're going out with friends, you should say so in advance. Thobio, huh. Why so far in advance? Zeoticus, don't let a case like Kiba-kun happen to you, that's why you should ask for things in advance. Kiba's house. The blonde man saw his wife watching television when he approached her. Kiba, honey, can I go to the movies with my friends? Tsubaki, no. Kiba, but you promised. Tsubaki, let me see what day is it? Kiba, Friday. Tsubaki, okay you can go. Kiba, smiling thanks Tsubaki. You're the. Tsubaki, in exchange, we'll do what I like so much mischievous smile. Kiba, huh. That's good if that's the condition I accept. Tsubaki, and you let me use the whip. Kiba, what? Of course. Tsubaki, it's that or you don't go. Kiba, sighs it's okay blushing. The girl smiling stood up and put her husband against the wall. Tsubaki, that day I will make you scream with pleasure so loud that you will become HOARSE licking her ear. Tsubaki went to the kitchen leaving Kiba quite blushed. Zeoticus office. Thobio, oh okay I'll write it down blushing. Zeoticus, I don't know what you're thinking, but go ahead smiling. Venelana office. Venelana, very well girls, finally tell me, does Tobio like animals? Shigyun, of course, he always takes Po and Jin for a walk. Say, Tobio really liked animals smiling. Venelana, in that case role-playing games with animals. Smiling. Shigyun say, huh. Venelana, you know, Tobio can be the tender sheep and you the fierce wolf. Say, that would be blushing. The blonde was just fuming. Venelana, come on, it's very fun, my daughter likes it a lot. Hyoudou mansion. Issei's room. Issei, girls, I appreciate the new Zelda, but I didn't promise this blushing. The chestnut was dressed in lion cosplay while still dressed but had male lion ears. Rias, come on don't be embarrassed, it's just us and you. And the chestnut harem were all dressed in lioness cosplay, they were naked, they wore lioness ears, except for Kaneko, Kuroka, Yasaka and Kunu who used their Yaokai features and also wore lioness paw gloves. Issei, why yes, but I'm still embarrassed. The boy couldn't say much because his harem began to surround him as if they were lionesses surrounding their prey. Kuroka, don't worry Issei Nyan, it won't hurt you Nyan. Gabriel, don't worry, we'll be kind. Issei, that's what they always say and then. But his thoughts were interrupted when Rias threw him down onto the bed while the others surrounded him. Rias, do you know something curious about lions ISSE? Issei, is the Lion King a good movie? Isaka, no, playfully shaking her finger in denial. Rias, the lionesses surround and trap their male and squeeze him until he has CUBS. Kaneko, that is to say wild orgy Issei senpai Nyan. Issei, can I give my opinion? Rias, I'm afraid not, now let these lionesses eat their dinner. Using her gloves tearing Issei's shirt. The others began to take off his clothes, and when they undressed him it is said again, and as the law of the jungle dictates, the female lioness in terms of reproduction is superior to the male. Venelana office. Issei and Shigyun silently noted down what was needed. Venelana, very well, that would be all, smiling. Shigyun, thank you very much Venelana-sama. Issei, we will follow your advice, smiling. Venelana, I wish you a happy marriage. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, well that's all, I'll see you at the wedding, smiling. Tobio, yes, I would use your advice wisely, thank you very much Zeoticus-sama. Hospital. In the waiting room, Tobio was with his friends telling the experience he had with the advice of Ria's father. Tobio, believe it Gasper-kun, Zeoticus-sama is a wise man. Gasper, well, maybe I'll go. I still don't know if I should propose to Valerie. Julio, ha ha ha, maybe I'll go. I mean, I already planned my wedding with Griselda. Tiba, hey, here they come. In wheelchairs were Issei and Saji, the first had a cast on his entire pelvis, and the second had quite a few injuries. Tiba, what happened to you guys? Issei Saji, we fell. Tiba, damn stairs. Gasper, really? They look like other types of wounds to me. When both boys were going to say something, Zenobia and Sona's hand was placed on their shoulder with a terrifying smile. Issei Saji, yes, if we fell it's because we are very clumsy. Tobio, oh guys, I'm sorry. I hope you recover for my wedding. Saji, don't worry, we'll be there. Issei, hi, and congratulations again Tobio. Both boys left in their wheelchairs while Gasper was still confused. Gasper, maybe I can make an appointment for those tips. Wedding day. Tobio was fixing his suit while Kauki was by his side. Kauki, damn, I was the only one left single. Tobio, ha ha ha, don't worry, a girlfriend will come to you fixing his suit. Kauki, hey, I'll cover for you at the bar while you spend your wedding night, but you owe me one, smiling. Tobio, fine thanks Kauki. The boy left when Suzaku entered with gin in his hands. Tobio, are you here to give me some advice? Suzaku, I see you nervous, you remind me of my wedding day with Issei Dono. Tobio, well, I hope to do well. When Suzaku put a hand on the black-haired man's shoulder. Suzaku, I'm sorry your grandmother can't be here. Tobio, don't worry, I know she's watching me from heaven, plus I have this little friend to take care of me, stroking Jin. The little wolf barked with happiness at the caresses when the time came to begin the ceremony. Everything was normal without complications, the guests happily saw another new couple getting married, and at the moment when both girls threw the bouquet. Jin and Po caught the bouquets with their mouths, causing most people to laugh. In the end Tobio left in a limo with his new wives to start their married life. The evening. Motel. In a luxury suite Tobio was waiting for the girls to change, while he watched a beautiful full moon. Suddenly on the table, there was a box that said open me. The boy opened it, seeing something that made him blush. Some time later there was Tobio still dressed only with wolf ears on his head. Tobio, I look weird, although I relate to wolves. Say, Tobio. Shigyun, turn around, where Reaty. The black-haired man turned around to give him a nosebleed, since his wives were naked, dressed only in wolf ears and gloves shaped like wolf paws. Tobio, gee girls, what are you wearing? Say, it's our wedding night, darling. Shigyun, and the wolves want puppies now. Both girls crawled towards Tobio, who backed away and fell onto the bed. The girls then climbed up and took off his shoes and started licking his feet. Tobio, hey don't do it. Say, Tobio licking his fingers. Shigyun, are you okay, Tobio? Sucking his fingers. Tobio, don't stop, I'm embarrassed. Say, well, we'll make it go away. Shigyun, we'll make you howl our names all night long. When the black-haired man wanted to say something else, Sei began to kiss him while Shigyun tore off his clothes with her gloves. According to reports from the motel, loud moans from a man were heard like a wolf howling at the moon. The married life of Tobio, Sei and Shigyun was just beginning. Chapter 4. Dulio Gesualdo and Griselda Quarta. Territorio Gremory. Gremory Mansion. Once again in the offices of Zeoticus and Venelana, their doors were opened again, presenting the new couple. In Zeoticus's office entered a handsome young man with blonde hair and green eyes, dressed as a priest wearing a red tunic with a white cloth, similar to a white sash on each shoulder, that reaches to his knees. And into Venelana's office walked a beautiful woman whose age was between 20 and 30 years old, with beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes and a voluptuous figure, wearing a nun's outfit. This new couple is made up of the reincarnated angel Dulio Gesualdo, the Joker of Archangel Michael, also known as Heaven Joker, and wielder of the second strongest Longinus, Zenith Tempest. And Griselda Quarta, the heart queen of Seraphim Gabriel and the legal guardian of Zenobia Quarta. Dulio Griselda, hello, is this the place for the newlyweds? Zeoticus Venelana, yes, welcome, smiling. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, wow Dulio-kun, I never thought you would get married. Dulio, a lot of things happened, and well here we are smiling and scratching his head. Zeoticus, I'm really surprised to see that the angels have already decided to approve marriage between their own race, looking curious at Dulio. Dulio, it's all thanks to Michael Sama, who has made many changes to improve the angels' way of life, although Uriel Sama strictly follows the Lord's rules. Nervous smile. Zeoticus, I see, by the way, isn't it bad that you're receiving advice from a demon? I don't want to get you into trouble. Dulio, don't worry, in heaven the angels don't know much about these topics. Nervous smile. Zeoticus, I see, did you try to talk to Michael about it? Dulio, well you see Michael Sama, every time I asked him about the subject, he answered me that everything is in the Bible. Nervous smile. Zeoticus, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Looking sadly at Dulio. Dulio, don't worry, Issei-kun told me that you are good at giving advice, so I will listen to everything you have to tell me. Smiling. Zeoticus, very well, leave it in my hand. Smiling. Venelana office. Venelana, wow Griselda-san, I can't believe you're getting married, congratulations. Smiling. Griselda, thanks to me, I was also surprised when Dulio proposed it to me, but now I feel happy about this new stage of my life. Venelana, and I'm so happy for you both, don't worry, with my advice you'll be. Griselda, in fact, now I will no longer be the laughingstock of heaven. Lifeless but smiling eyes. Venelana, huh? Awkward smile. Griselda, in heaven the angels made fun of me because of my age, they said I was a hopeless spinster. Lifeless eyes. Smiling. Venelana G. Griselda-san. Nervous smile. Griselda, I thought everything would change when I started dating Dulio, but I heard things like, she's desperate, she's going to try the collagen technique, but look at me now, I'm getting married. Who's the old maid now? Ha 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 ha. Griselda continued laughing like crazy, while Venelana expressed an uncomfortable smile at the situation. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, very well, tell me, how are you getting along with Griselda's family? Dulio, HMMP. Let's see. Putting his hand on his chin. When we told Zenobia and she took it very well. Zeoticus, seriously? How well do I take it? Dulio, well, it was. Flashback. Hyoudou mansion. Dulio and Griselda were with Zenobia to announce that they were going to get married. The girl, upon receiving the news, put a strange smile on her face. Dulio, I hope you accept our union, Zenobia said, smiling. Zenobia, don't worry, congratulations to both of you. Still smiling strangely. Griselda, I'm so glad you accepted it so quickly. Zenobia smiling. Zenobia, don't worry sister Griselda, the most important thing for me is that you are happy. Smiling. Griselda, thank you very much. Oh. We have to celebrate this now that I'm back standing. The woman quickly went to the kitchen to look for something to celebrate, leaving Dulio and Zenobia alone. Dulio, so tell me Zenobia-san, how's Aussie? He didn't finish when he saw how Zenobia lifted him up by the shirt. Zenobia, what do you want with my sister? Do you want to take away her innocence? Unhappy. Shaking Dulio, she's just a sweet nun. Dulio, no, wait. Scared. Zenobia, ah. Pushing Dulio against the wall. Listen to me, if you touch a single hair on his head. Damn degenerate, if you touch a single membrane of his cells, I'm going to find out and I'm going to cut your. Griselda, I'm back, happily bringing some glasses and a bottle of champagne. The woman saw how Dulio was sitting on a piece of furniture with an expression of terror, while Zenobia very calmly showed him a photo album. Zenobia, and this is when Issei and I went to Rome, showing another photo and this one. Griselda, Zenobia, you had already shown the album of your vacation with Issei-kun to Dulio a while ago. Zenobia, I'm sorry sister, but what are you doing with that old champagne bottle? Rias always keeps a bottle of her most expensive wines in the pantry. Come on, bring it so we can celebrate your union with Dulio-kun. Ha ha ha. Patting Dulio on the back. Dulio, no. Terrified I say, we're fine like this. Zenobia, come on, don't pay attention to her, bring her here, we'll wait for her. Smiling. Griselda, very well. I'll bring it now. Smiling. Griselda happily went to get the bottle to Dulio's terror, who was left alone with Zenobia again. Zenobia, isn't she beautiful? Dulio, ah well yes. Zenobia, taking Dulio by the shirt, and it's mine. The girl lifted the reincarnated angel like a simple sack of potatoes and with her strength threw him to the other end of the room, making him crash into a wall. Dulio, oh, my back, rubbing his back. The boy looked at Zenobia, who was like a furious beast about to attack him. Dulio, wait. Wait. I swear to the Lord that I'm a virgin. Zenobia, I knew it. You want to have sex with my sister. I'll castrate you. Ahhhhhh. Roaring like a beast. Dulio started screaming like a little girl, while Zenobia launched herself at him to beat him up. Griselda, I'm back. Happily carrying 3 glasses and a bottle of wine. Now the woman saw how Zenobia and Dulio were playing a puzzle, but Dulio was very scared. Dulio, now we can celebrate, nervous smile. Griselda, of course, I'll serve the drink, smiling. Zenobia, no sister, you were the one who got the drinks, let me serve them. Griselda, thank you Zenobia, how kind you are, smiling. The blue-haired girl with a green streak, with a smile, poured wine into the 3 glasses to give it to the couple, although Dulio's hand was shaking because of what had happened with Zenobia. Zenobia, well, a toast to sister and Dulio kun, cheers. Smiling. Griselda, Dulio, cheers per hour, cheers. End of flashback. Zeoticus' office. After telling the story, Zeoticus was left with a perplexed look about what the Joker from heaven had told him. Dulio, let's say we're on good terms, smiling. Zeoticus, that's good, adjusting his tie, a husband should always get along with his wife's family, nervous smile. Venelana office. Venelana, now listen carefully, since you and Dulio are novices in the lascivious, you must take full advantage of your feminine weapons. Griselda, my womanly weapons. Looking curiously at Venelana. Venelana, I mean all the weapons that a woman has, you know, the breasts, the buttocks up to the crotch. Griselda, Venelana-san, blushing, I don't think I have those things. Venelana, Griselda-san, looking seriously at Griselda, you know very well what I mean, looking at the nun's enormous breasts. Griselda, I know, but I'm a little embarrassed, I don't know how to use them, with her red cheeks. Venelana, I have an idea, those 2 huge breasts could easily be a mountain of pudding or chocolate. Griselda, pudding. Chocolate. What do you mean? Venelana, decorating your body with sweets, i.e. Nyotamori. Griselda, huh. He's talking about offering me as a dessert to Dulio kun, blushing, rubbing her thighs, but I don't know how to do it. Venelana, don't offer it, eat it and don't worry, I can give you some tips. My daughter and her friends actually have fun decorating themselves, smiling proudly. Hyoudou residence. Ground floor. Locating ourselves in the kitchen of the Hyoudou residence where the girls were being inspected by the harem leader, Rias Gremory. It should be said that the Redeed was naked but decorated with sweets. Ria's enormous breasts that always fill her with pride were covered with fresh whipped cream, drawing hearts, with apple and peach slices around them, and a strawberry in the center of her nipples. Finally, her crotch was decorated with a kind of fresh cream underwear with strawberry and cherry decorations. Rias, very well girls, I really like your combinations, inspecting the girls in detail. The other members of the harem were decorated just like the Gremory heiress, obviously some chose to use chocolate or combine fresh cream with chocolate, also using different fruit such as oranges, grapes, mango, pineapple. Ravel and Lafay were decorated in a Hawaiian style. Kaneko and Kuroka were 2 different types of sweets, while Kaneko decorated her body with cream, Kuroka did it with chocolate. Nyx went for a more somber style by covering herself in dark chocolate and grapes. Zenobia chose some bitter but strong fruits as opposed to Asia and Irina, who chose sweeter fruits. Ingvold and Elmenhold had their cheeks tinged red due to the little shame they felt, and that gave an innocent touch to their decoration. Kunu and Benia were combined the same, although the Kitsune used white chocolate and Benia dark chocolate. But without a doubt what stood out was the enormous extra sweetness of Akeno, Roswis, Penum, Roygun, Lavinia, Suzaku, Tiamat, Office, Yusaka and obviously Rias herself. Seraphol, hey, what about me? Lint, your decoration is weird, why are you wearing your Mahu Shoujo hat? Seraphol, it's because I'm a sweet Mahu Shoujo, I fight evil with the power of sweetness, smiling, while making a magical girl pose. Ravel, please don't move too much. Seraphol-sama, the special whipped cream we got isn't very sticky either. Asia, I have to ask, where did you get this cream, Ravel-san? Nyx, and please don't tell me you got them at the demigoddess's 100 yen shop, crossing her arms under her breasts to lift them up. Roswis, hey. For your information, I made my decoration with candy and fruit from that store, looking annoyed at Nyx. Elmenhold, come on, calm down both of you, don't start your fights trying to calm the atmosphere, let Ravel-san explain it. Both girls calmed down to a quiet sigh from Elmenhold, at which Ravel sighed tiredly to speak. Ravel, well, I got this special cream from the milk of the ocean of milk in Hindu mythology. Nyx, wait, you bastard Indra, can I let you take samples from the ocean of milk? Ravel, yes, I told him it was for Issei-sama and he amicably accepted, although later I found out that I took the samples. He said goodbye to me with a mocking smile. Roswis, I'm sure he's up to something, worried. Nyx, HMMP, you didn't have to ask him, you could have told me, and I would have gladly stolen the milk from Aphrodite's milk baths. Ingvold, well Nyx-san, Ravel-san's intention was to do it without getting into trouble, nervous smile. Nyx, sighing, I guess you're right. Zenobia, hey, I'm missing one, right? Irina, it's true, where is? Sorry for the delay, I've already finished decorating. The girls heard soft but deep footsteps heading towards them. When they all turned around they were shocked by what they saw. The girl turned out to be Gabriel, who had a scandalously extra-large portion standing out over the other members of the harem. Gabriel's enormous breasts were decorated with fresh cream that looked like two snowy mountains with two enormous strawberries in the center of her nipples. And even more surprising, Gabriel herself carried her own breasts on a tray, they were really gigantic in size. Gabriel, tell me, girls, how do I look? Innocent smile. Neither of them could say anything, their pride had received a low blow, even lascivious thoughts of Rias, Akeno, Yusaka and Penum wanted to jump on the Seraphine's breasts and eat them. Lint, why you look amazing, Gabriel saw my awkward smile. Gabriel, thanks girls, it was hard to finish covering my breasts, even though the cream is getting sticky seeing how little of the cream fell from her breasts. Rias, well since we are all present I think it is time to reveal our main dish. Asia, it's true, we all worked hard to make it delicious excited smile. Isaka, well I think it's time to see it, right? Rias Dono looking pervertedly at Rias. Rias, of course Usaka, ladies it's time to present the Hyoudou resident special Leisha bring him here. Suddenly, Leisha entered, pushing a stretcher to stop in front of the girls, who were surprised by what they saw. It was sweets decorated with fresh cream and fruits like apples, strawberries, and cherries. The girls were undoubtedly proud of their truly sweet masterpiece, a culinary masterpiece if it weren't for the fact that it was served on top of Issei's body. That's how the boy was found on the stretcher, tied up with his arms above his head and gagged, his body decorated with that elegant culinary masterpiece. His chest was covered in fresh cream, with several cherries around it and a strawberry in the center of his nipples. His abs and navel were also covered in fresh cream with several slices of fruit like apple and peach. And finally, his crotch was decorated with a pair of fresh cream underwear with very ironic banana pieces. Issei, trying to free himself. Leisha then left Issei in the center of the room to be appreciated as a work of art before his loved ones. The heiress Astareth went to her harem sisters to appreciate their work in the kitchen. Hiroka, I don't know girls, but my mouth is already watering ny elude smile. Kaneko, I say the same ni Sama licking her lips watching Issei. The Keno, Ara I hope Anada is hungry because we are licking her lips lustfully. Zenovia, we could say we made a perfect banana split, don't you think girls? Mocking smile. The rest of the harem began to chuckle at Zenovia's comment as the brunette continued to struggle to free himself. Issei, Irina, what do you say, darling? Should we start eating because the cream will get sticky? Pretending to listen to Issei. Issei, HMMP. Nodding with his head. Tiamat, don't worry, we'll clean every inch of your body licking her tongue. Office, I want the top part. The Fae, that's not fair Office Sama, I wanted the top part making a small pout. Asia, come on girls, there's a lot of Issei sends banana split for everyone smiling. The chestnut tree, seeing its inevitable fate, tried to shake itself off and escape, but that only made its wives even hungrier. Rias, okay, girls, since the food is served bon appetit. Smiling evilly with lust. But the loud cry of lust from the main wife, they all rushed at her husband, devouring him like lionesses devour their prey. There was whipped cream, chocolate and fruit spilling all over the residence, it looked like a carnage, only this could result in the formation of the biggest, most delicious and lascivious cake in the Hyoudou residence. Venelana office. When she finished listening to the story, Griselda's face was as red as a tomato. Griselda, F for the Lord, what a perverted act. I refuse to believe that Zenovia participated in that. Venelana, believe it, Zenovia was the one who devoured Issei's butt looking calmly at Griselda. Gabriel's queen was still blushing with her head steaming a little, not believing that her Zenovia was so perverted, but in her mind, she was convinced that this was what married life was like. Griselda, so chocolate for the breasts, right? Venelana smiled proudly as she dictated some sweet combinations that she could use for herself, even to decorate Dulio. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, now pay attention, a good tip is to tell your experiences with other married people. Dulio, my dating experiences. Excuse me, but how does that help? Zeoticus, helps not only in strengthening your friendship with your friends, but also in receiving tips to improve dating. Dulio, I see, so I can know where I can take Griselda putting his hand on his chin. Zeoticus, exactly the guys I give advice to have really helped them improve as husbands. Ollie department. In that space the boys were calmly talking about their dates. Issei, tell us Bali, how did it go? Bali, it was amazing Natsum took me to a restaurant smiling. Saji, but tell me the details where am I taking you? Remember that elegance and attention to detail determine the passion he feels for you. Bali, it's one of the high-class restaurants, we talked, ate, drank a little, of course I think we had too many drinks, and when we got to the room, blushing as she was a beast. Saji, don't worry, friend, we understand you. Tobio, if you have hip pain, I recommend some pills that the doctor recommended to me. Razor, oh, you could end up like Hyoudou and his metal hips mocking smile. Issei, hey Yakitori, for your information, they are metal screws. The doctor says that my hip would heal faster looking annoyed at Razor. At that Kiba came down dressed in tight jeans and a blue shirt. Kiba, hey guys, don't I seem like a bitch to you with this? Issei, but let's see, specify what effect you want to achieve today on your date. Kiba, that Tsubaki thinks that I want to be with her, but that she doesn't think I'm a bore looking seriously at his friends Hexy, discreet and manly at the same time, that without many hints she understands that I want to go slowly, not so slowly, but I do want to, and that, obviously, she makes the first move without being too forward. Saji, without light blue then. Sererg, I was just going to say that looking at Saji. Kiba attended on his friend's recommendation to change again. Razor, it was very obvious. Bali, yes, with that look what he was looking for was for Queen Sitri to not stop seeing his butt. Issei, oh, don't talk to me about that. I still have the marks from the spanking the girls left me. Saji, if you want Hyoudou I recommend a cream that I use for that area, I know because Kaichu always likes to use the whip trembling with fear. The rest of the boys comforted Saji who seemed to relive ugly memories when he was intimate with his wife. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, and what do you think? Julio, I think I can try nervous smile. Zeoticus, excellent, you learn very well smiling. Venelana office. Venelana, well now it's important that you also share your experiences with other married women. Griselda, to chat nicely with them and gossip. Venelana, not only that, there you can learn how to improve your techniques in bed, how to be more passionate and romantic, if you understand me. Griselda, hi, but I think the others would be embarrassed to talk about their privacy. Venelana, nonsense, the girls who have received my advice meet daily to talk about it. Sona's house. In the main room, Rias and Akeno sat with their friends in elegant chairs enjoying tea, giving off a very upper-class atmosphere. Sona, drinking a little of her tea to leave it on the table yesterday I stuck my tongue in Saji until he protested. Ubaluna, interesting, I applied page 15 to 120 of the Kama Sutra, with Razor Sama drinking a little of his tea. Ashina, and she survived all that. Ubaluna, I put 3 fingers in her proud smile. Say, I amazing Ubaluna-san. Natsum, that's nothing, I rode volley for 5 days straight, although it's a shame he fainted when I put my finger in his anus drinking some of his tea. Tsubaki, well ladies, since we are gathered at Sona-sama's house, it's time to show and tell. The best intimate moments will begin with Rias-sama giving the floor to Rias. Rias, thank you Tsubaki leaving her teacup. The Redeed then stood up to take the cover of a CD, opening it to take out a disc. Rias, first I would like to start with a classic filmed by me putting the disc in the DVD. The girl took the remote control to continue playing the video. On screen. The luxurious room was shown where Issei was wearing a robe opening the door seeing Rias who was dressed as a Hexy delivery girl. Rias, your pizza arrived looking sensually at Issei. Issei, wow, I thought they would never arrive swallowing saliva. Rias, you know, in our service we are very punctual biting her lip a little. Issei, what a good service you have, but I'm sorry I don't have how to pay for it nervous smile scratching his head. Rias, don't worry, I already know how you can pay me licking her lips. Redeed walked into the room, leaving the pizza box on a nightstand, then put her hands inside Issei's robe and groped his chest. Issei, wait. Rias, shhh approaching his ear just let yourself go blowing sensually in Issei's ear. The brunette let out a slight gasp of pleasure and then Rias threw the boy onto the bed and began to slowly take off her clothes. After getting naked, she climbed onto the bed like a lioness in heat to get on top of the guy, licking his lips with lust and desire. And then the Redeed began to kiss and devour the brunette who began to scream with pleasure while obscene noises filled the room. Off screen. The video had ended and those present were shocked by what they saw. Natsum, wow Rias, your technique is incredible watching the video in admiration. Kuisha, you had this one inside your rod for more than an hour impressed looking at Rias. Rias, thank you very much, I made my ice run more than 15 times in a row, as you saw smiling. Ubaluna, well, the part where you made him lick your fluids and his combined was a bit strong blushing. Sona, that was nothing compared to what I did smiling proudly. Tsubaki, in that case, Sona-sama would enlighten us with her video. The current leader of the Sitri got up from her seat to grab a CD, Rias returned to her seat to watch Sona's video. Sona, in this video you will see how a person's will is corrupted and they bend smiling. Sona took Ria's disc out of the DVD and then put in her own and proceeded to play the video. On screen. The dark room could be seen focused by a single ceiling light where Saji was shown sitting in a chair but tied with his hands behind his back. The boy was in his underwear with several marks of blows all over his body, then the sound of heels filled the entire place. The sound was so loud that it showed a figure approaching Saji. The figure approached the light, revealing itself to be Sona, dressed in a black dominatrix outfit. "Sona, tell me, are you ready to talk?" Saji, tch snapping his teeth, "I have nothing to say." Sona, "Oh, really?" Slapping Saji hard, "Where does your boss keep the safe?" Saji, "In your father's house, sorry about your sister, they are so ugly that I can't distinguish them well." Small smile. Sona slapped Saji again and then faced him, grabbing his face. "Sona, it seems I'll have to apply another method of torture to make you talk." Saji, "Well, what are you waiting for? Try it." Mommy playful smile. The girl then pounced on Saji and began to mate wildly with the boy. Off screen. The girls were shocked by the scenes of Sona bucking her husband. The amount of lascivious moans, obscene insults and dirty wordplay were heard loud and clear. Natsum, W. Wow watching the video. Ibaluna, how? When? W. Where did the banana come from? Watching the video. Sona, I had it hidden in the suit, although I admit I wanted to put it on my crotch and force him to suck me off. Bakeno and Tsubaki quickly began writing down what Sona had said. Kuisha, damn, how did he get into the shape of a pretzel? Sona, I forced Saji to practice gymnastics for a few weeks. There you see the product of his training. Bakeno, Ara, I see that Sona-san could be the best in this meeting. Rias, W. Wait a minute, there's still the harem video left. Say, it's true Rias-san and the others have a new video, right? Sona, well, it's fine, but I highly doubt it will surpass mine. Crossing her arms. Rias paused Sona's video and then removed her disc and put in her own. The Redeed sat down with a happy expression, looking at Akeno and then taking the remote control. Rias, admire our masterpiece of art. +18 playing the video. On screen. The special room where Rias and her sisters always had intimacy with her husband was shown, only here Issei was naked, covering himself with a blanket. When suddenly the door swung open, revealing his beloved naked, wearing only a mask. Some of them had ropes in their hands, but you could see the sinister smile on their faces. Then they walked around the entire bed, leaving no way out for the chestnut tree. Issei, oh, there aren't that many thieves, covering himself in fear with the sheet, and I'm alone and defenseless here. What could I do? I think I'll have to face them all together. The boy then dropped the sheet, revealing his muscular body, and at that moment, Zenobia took Issei by the arms to put him on the bed with her on top of him. Issei, oh, no mercy, Madam Thief, tell me, what are you going to do? Zenobia, don't worry, handsome, we're just going to have fun, so take it easy and cooperate. Lustful smile. Zenobia then separated the boy's legs, and the rest of the harem slowly approached the brown-haired boy. For reasons related to this, we can't place what happened here, but here are some previews. Issei, ohhys, damn it, bug me. Overtaking. Issei, ahhsimami castiga este chico malo. Overtaking. Issei, ahhys, punish this pervert dragon. Overtaking. Issei, yesmommy, I bet those tails won't fit in my. On behalf of the Gremory Productions team, no Sekiryuutei was harmed, but they were forced to participate in the production of this film. Off-screen. All those present were shocked by the video and the number of obscene scenes, dirty screams and moans that could be heard in the video. None of them had words to describe what they saw. Bakeno, we can say it was our best work, right Rias? Seeing the Redeed happily. Rias, even Ice learned the script without complaining, smiling. Ubaluna, how did they convince him to do that? Pointing at the screen. Rias, we made him promise that we weren't going to show this. Sona, oh okay, but how the hell does he have the cavity for that? Blushing. Bakeno, that was thanks to Rias, Zenobia, Lavinia, Yusaka, Roswis and me, smiling. Say, now I'm curious, does Yusaka-sama wash her tails? Rias, obviously, but she's started to like tentacle hentis, crossing her arms under her huge breasts. Tsubaki, is it me or Issei-kun moans like a girl watching the video? Bakeno, Yufufu, that's what Zenobia tells us when we do it, smiling. Sona, he's not the only one, Saji also moans like a baby. The others continued asking Rias about things in the video and how to imitate something similar to what they saw, to which the Redeed and her queen kindly began to give advice. It was obvious that her video had been the winner. Venelana office. Griselda was frozen in place, blinking several times trying to process Venelana's entire story. Griselda, and those videos, when do I have to make mine? Venelana, whenever you want, but remember that this will create beautiful memories of you and your husband, smiling. Griselda just started writing down everything he asked for and thinking of ideas for her video. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, and that's why you have to train your culinary skills. Julio, ha, well I'm doing very well in that area. I have a lot of experience cooking smiling. Zeoticus, that makes me happy. Other guys who I gave this advice to are a disaster in the kitchen. Tiba's house. Tiba, very well, guys, now you just have to put the spices in the work and that's it smiling. Issei, this is very easy smiling. Tiba, Issei-kun, what kind of rice balls are those? Looking uncomfortably at Issei. Issei, huh? Looking at what he was doing, huh? The chestnut tree saw that her rice balls were shaped like breasts. Issei, when did I do this? Looking, incredulous. Razor, ha ha ha. That's what you get for thinking about op-I mocking smile. Issei, shut up Yakitori, you'll see taking a handful of flour. The boy began to form a ball with the dough, but in the blink of an eye it was back in the shape of a breast. Issei, what the buck? Why are they shaped like op-I? Razor, I already told you, you think so much about op-I that I think it takes up 99% of your mind. Issei, shut up. So tell me what you did. Razor, delight your palate with this, putting your plate on the table. What the Phoenix Air put on the table was a delicious apple pie. Serekh, wow Razor, it looks amazing on you. Issei just clicks his teeth looking at the dessert Razor made. Razor, of course, apple pie is a recipe from Grandma Phoenix, she always made this for me and my brothers, the one who enjoyed eating it the most was Ravel, that must be her taste for making sweet, smiling nostalgically. Tiba, well, if it's so good, I should give it a try smiling. The blonde took a piece of the foot to put it in his mouth, but at the first bite he took, he felt his face start to turn blue, and from one second to the next, he began to vomit. Serekh, Kiba. Seeing the boy worried. Razor, you bastard, don't reject a family recipe like that. Issei, ha ha ha. Looks like you don't know how to cook yakitori. Laughing at Razor. Razor, a silent addict to the op-I staring at Issei. Both men were going to start fighting, while Serekh was helping Kiba, on the other hand Saji, Vali and Tobio were not surprised by the situation. Tobio, I think they have a lot to improve. Saji, yes, it seems so seeing the situation. Vali, well we wait, what do you think of what I did? The albino placed a bucket of instant noodles on the table, something that made the two boys sweat. Tobio, Vali, the topic is cooking food. Saji, don't buy prepared food. Vali, what are you talking about? This is all I know how to do, crossing his arms. Saji and Tobio blinked several times before proceeding to Fasipum. Zeoticus office. Julio, I see that's how things are, awkward smile. Zeoticus, please, I ask you if you can help them. Julio, I'll do my best smiling. Venelana office. Venelana, well now let's move on to your physique. Griselda, but we had already talked about that. Venelana, I'm not talking about how you use your body, but how to keep it in shape to look more attractive. Griselda, it's good advice, but Venelana-san, I'm not young enough to do half of the exercises the girls do now, blushing a little. Venelana, listen carefully to this Griselda-san, age is not an impediment to staying in shape, take Yasaka-san for example, she is almost my age and exercises just like my daughter and her friends, if you want to be a dominant woman who intimidates her man, you must have a seductive, voluptuous and slender figure. Griselda, I see, smiling nervously, well tell me what type of training do you recommend? The matriarch of the Gremory clan approached Griselda and began to whisper the answer in her ear, the nun after hearing Venelana's answer, her cheeks turned red. Griselda, for the gentleman, blushing. Hyoudou mansion. Secret room. Hyoudou residence, private gym. In the huge place filled with various exercise equipment was the chestnut harem. Rias, very well girls, stretching a little, I see that you have improved a lot. Zenobia, hi, but I doubt that any of you can lift more than me, smiling while stretching. Asia, this is not a competition, Zenobia-san, smiling nervously at her friend. Kuroka, moo, I don't want to keep exercising anymore, I'm tired. Naya, sighing, exhausted. Kaneko, Ni-sama, you're not going to skip exercises again to play video games, looking seriously at her sister. Kuroka, come on Shirin, you know I can't lift the same as you, Naya pouting. Kaneko, don't be lazy, Ni-sama, I lift the same as everyone else. Kuroka looked back at her sister to see how she was carrying a huge weight with only one hand without any effort. Ingvald, okay, girls, although the exercise is very good, aren't you feeling a bit cold, blushing? It turns out that everyone present was exercising completely naked with their bodies drenched in sweat. Nix, I don't mind, this is how the ancient Olympians exercised, smiling proudly. Roswis, of course, being an exhibitionist is normal for you and your pantheon, whispering. Nix, did you say something about a Nordic barbarian? Raising an annoyed eyebrow. The goddess and demigoddess looked at each other with a challenging look until they heard applause coming from Rias. Rias, come on girls, clapping, this is not the time to fight amongst ourselves, remember that this was the advice we received from Akasama, he says that it is better to train without clothes so as not to have any limitations, smiling. Both girls only attended the words of the main wife making peace again, after all they are harem sisters. Belmenhold, what limitation. We are all nudists here, with a drop of sweat running down her neck. Zerafal, by the way, Rias-chan, are you sure you're doing this? Issei-chan is still in the house. Rias, don't worry, Ice is even busy with another activity smiling. Second floor of Hyoudou residence. Issei's room. Barchestnut was concentrating on painting a Gundam figure. Greg, hey Ibu, you've been at it for almost 2 hours. Issei, shhh, don't talk to me Drag, I'm concentrating painting the Gundam armor. The red dragon watched uncomfortably as his companion continued painting that figure, ignoring everything around him. Heading back with the girls. Who knew, seriously, you've been painting a figure for 2 hours. Roygun doesn't want to lose to Seekvaira again in Gundam figures. Arena, sometimes darling competitions are weird, smiling uncomfortably. Rias, okay girls, that's it for today, time to go to the showers. Zenobia, huh? Is it over? Without realizing. Kuroka, how nice, Naya fainting but smiling. Rias, before going to bathe, remember the rule. Ingvald, if someone drops their soap, are they inviting us to have a gangbang? Rias, that's not it, besides it only happened once. In one corner was Lefay, trembling with fear as she remembered that she was the one who dropped the soap that time. Lavinia, forgive us, really, for that, Lefay-chan consoling her friend. Office, but if you want to look on the bright side, you had a nice butt, gives thumbs up. Lefay, don't worry girls, I know it wasn't your intention, you got carried away by the moment's shy smile. Ravel, sighing, listen to what Ria's sama means is that the rule establishes 15-minute showers, this is to avoid taking too long like a certain couple looking seriously at Zenobia and Arena. Both girls started whistling, looking in another direction, pretending not to know what Ravel was referring to. Ravel, and we mustn't forget the ones who get affectionate in the showers looking at other girls. Lavinia, Suzaku, Akeno, Tiamat and Yusaka began to look in other directions. Rias, and those who like to tickle the crotch looking seriously at Kuroka. Kuroka, Pete, but I'm here to give you some more Rias-chan. Rias, yes, but I do it gracefully, crossing her arms under her breasts. Zenobia, come on Rias, let's stay a few more hours. I doubt Issei will finish his figure. Ice's child. The boy was now finishing the final touches on his figure. Issei, you'll see Seekvaira-san, this figure will beat yours finishing painting it. Returning to the girls. Rias, of course not, go take a bath Zenobia. Zenobia, come on Rias, it doesn't really stink that much. Rias, sighing, there's no other way, Yusaka. Yusaka, hi, here we go again, smiling. The kitsune using her 4 tails, grabs Zenovia's limbs, lifting her up. Zenobia, huh? Hey, let me go, trying to free herself. Tiamat, Yusaka lowers Zenovia's arms, her armpit stink covering her nose. Office just covered her nose with her eyes watering, the others also had to move away a little. Ravel, damn, this is already the 5th time this week, it's worse than the first few times we tried to bathe Kuroka-sama, turning to see Kuroka. The Phoenix was shocked to see how Kuroka was already licking her leg, bathing like a cat. Kuroka, what? Naya looking strangely at Ravel. Ravel, nothing, looking at Kuroka with a cold expression. Rias, now if we go to the showers Yusaka, make sure you wash Zenobia. Yusaka, count on that, Rias dono, smiling. The kitsune was the first to walk to the showers, followed by the others, while Zenobia was still trying to free herself from Yusaka's tails. Everything in the bathroom went smoothly this time, there was no incident with the soap, however, since they only heard the noises generated by Zenobia. And speaking of her, the girl was still tied by Yusaka's tails, with 2 of them grabbing her hands to lift her arms, and 2 of them grabbing her feet. The other 5 soap-covered tails are in charge of washing Zenovia's body, with 2 of them rubbing against her armpits, 2 against her abdomen, and 1 rubbing between her buttocks and crotch. Zenobia, pfff, ha, Yusaka, stop, ha, you're tickling me, trying not to laugh. Yusaka, come on Zenobia dono, don't move too much, it's harder to wash her like this, she continued using her tails to wash Zenobia. Zenobia, ha, and no more ha, stop it, don't tickle me anymore, forcing a smile. Yusaka continues with her washing, while the other girls who had finished showering looked somewhat uncomfortable at their harem sister. Venelana office. Griselda, and are you sure it works? Venelana then put her hand between her breasts to take a photo which she gave to Griselda. Venelana, this is a recent photo of Yusaka. The nun, seeing the photo, was surprised to see Yusaka's good physique, as if she were many years younger. Griselda, I think I could try blushing. Zeoticus office. Zeoticus, now, like every good husband, you have to keep your home well organized. Julio, I understand, although I'm not good at cleaning. Zeoticus, I'm afraid you'll have to start learning, other guys are already experts at cleaning things. Sona's house. At Sitri's home, Saji was wearing an apron and a headscarf, cleaning the living room with a vacuum cleaner. Saji, that's it, very good, it's almost ready vacuuming the floor. Some time later the boy was washing clothes when he found something unusual. Saji, what's this? Taking the garment out of the washing machine. It turned out that Saji had taken out some of Sona's panties, but they had a picture of a teddy bear on them. Saji, Keiichu, does she still wear this kind of underwear? Blinking several times. He decided to ignore that and continue washing clothes. A few more minutes passed, and now the boy was sorting the clothes when he found more of his wife's panties, but they all had animal drawings. Saji, wow, I never thought that about Keiichu, smiling, blushing. The blonde decided to finish his homework, and in a few minutes he finished cleaning the house. Saji, mission accomplished, smiling. When suddenly the door opened revealing Sona, who was training. Sona, I'm back. Saji, welcome home Keiichu, I mean Sona, smiling. Sona, hi Saji, sorry for the delay, clan work is stressful. Saji, don't worry about that, I'll make some tea going to the kitchen. Sona then walked to the living room to sit on the couch. Sona, okay Saji. Saji, yes, love. Smiling. Sona, by any chance, you saw some panties with a teddy bear on them, right? Saji, well, actually. Sona, because let me tell you, if you saw them you can't tell anyone with a death tone. Saji, assustado. Sona, if someone finds out that I wear panties with drawings, I'll drown them at the bottom of the ocean. And if I find out it was you, rest assured that today I'm going to buck you so hard that I'll make you scream like a woman. Now answer, did you see them or not? Glance at Saji. Saji, I didn't see anything, swallowing saliva. Sona, so everything's fine, smiling. Saji was so nervous that he saw that he had already spilled the tea on the floor. Zeoticus office. Julio, why I think I can ask Kiba-kun to teach me, smiling nervously. Zeoticus, excellent, I'm glad you want to give everything for your wife, smiling. Venelana office. Venelana, now on to the next point on how to take care of your beauty. Griselda, well, I think with makeup, right? Venelana, no, shaking her finger, there are other methods, one of these helps the skin a lot and is also very relaxing. Griselda, and what is that method? The Gremory matriarch smiled and then told Griselda the answer. Hyoudou residence. Hidden room. Mud baths. In a large area carved in white marble, with columns of the same color with golden ornamentation, decorated with various tropical plants, as well as several statues of naked women, giving it a very elegant appearance. What stood out about the place was the huge mud bath where the Hyoudou were. Roswas, nothing like a good mud bath to relieve stress, smiling as she stretched her arms. Rias, were you that stressed? Roswas, hi, today's work at the academy left me exhausted. Ravel, you should take a day off, Roswas-sama. Roswas, yes, maybe I should take Issei-kun out to drink with me, smiling. Roigun, I don't think so. Remember what happened to you the last time you drove drunk. The Valkyrie then felt depressed, remembering the small incidents behind the wheel when she was drunk. Rias, you should control yourself a little when drinking so that doesn't happen to you. Bakeno took a towel to wash the mud off her hands and then took a bouquet of grapes from a fruit platter to offer to Rias, who gladly accepted by eating from the bouquet. Lavinia, Ara Keno-chan, it's unfair, I wanted to feed Rias-chan. Bakeno, Yufufu, the one who arrives first is the one who feeds the first wife, holding the bouquet. Rias, girls, don't fight, there's something you two can do, playful smile. The Redeed got up from the bathtub, standing up, revealing how her entire voluptuous body was covered in mud. Bakeno and Lavinia understood what Rias wanted and immediately stood up, revealing their mud-soaked bodies. Then, Lavinia took Ria's arm and placed it between her breasts, beginning to rub herself. Nix, hey, what are you doing, blushing? Lavinia, what am I doing? I'm giving Rias-chan a mud bath. It's the same as when we wash her with soap, we use our bodies to wash Rias from head to toe. Smiling while continuing to rub her muddy breasts on Ria's arm. Bakeno, they don't have to do it too hard, but gently, wrapping her in mud, as if it were foam. Yufufu perverted smile, rubbing her muddy breasts on Ria's breasts. Lavinia was now rubbing her muddy butt on Ria's crotch. Lavinia, they move even the tips of their fingers to enter each slit, perverted smile, while continuing to move her butt in Ria's crotch. Now they switched, with Akeno rubbing her muddy breasts on Ria's front with lascivious up and down movements, securing the Redeed's breasts so that her nipples caressed the girls. Rias, Fufufu Akeno, you tickle me, smiling. Asia, Sugoi blushing with excitement, they are showing us how to wash the mud off Ria's one-sama. Hiroka, well then I want to be the next one, Naya, smiling excitedly. The rest of the brown-haired boys' harem watched excitedly as Lavinia and Akeno rubbed their muddy bodies against Ria's body. Rias, this is paradise, lustful smile. I don't have to say what happened next, but if you're curious, well, Rias ended up having fun enjoying the bodies of her harem sisters. Venelana office. Griselda's face was once again as red as a tomato, but she shook it off to remove the sinful thoughts from her mind. Griselda, if that helps rejuvenate the skin, I could try it maybe once a month. Venelana, excellent, that would be all I can advise you, smiling. Griselda, I really appreciate your advice, Venelana-san, I feel more prepared now, smiling. Venelana, I'm glad about that and happy marriage, smiling. Zeoticus office. Julio, thank you for your advice, Zeoticus, and standing up from his seat. Zeoticus, that's what we're here for, Julio-kun. I hope your married life is prosperous, getting up from his seat. Both men then shook hands, thus ending the section for the future couple. Hospital. In a room, the brown-haired man was sitting looking at his doctor, who was looking at an X-ray. Issei, it doesn't look that serious, right, doctor? The worried doctor turned to see Issei, who was surrounded by all his wives, some smiling playfully and others feeling embarrassed. Issei, right. Looking worriedly at the doctor. Doctor, let's see, Mr. Hyoudou, how do I explain it to you? Changing the X-ray, this is an X-ray from a few months ago, as you can see, the bones of your hip and pelvis are fractured. Issei, okay, and now? Looking curiously at the doctor. Doctor, now look at this, changing the X-ray, this is your current X-ray, as you can see we put metal screws in, so the bone could heal, but, however, look, focusing the image, the screws also broke. The boy was perplexed by this revelation, blinking a few times while the girls chuckled a little. Doctor, tell me, Mr. Hyoudou, do you know if there is an object in your house that is too heavy to break the screws in your hip? Issei, ah well I. Before the brunette could respond, Rias put a hand on his shoulder, looking at him with a deathly smile. Issei, I was hit by a truck when I was riding my bike, smiling nervously. Doctor, I see, raising his eyebrow, what I recommend is a cast around your hip and placing some stronger screws. Asia, but will you be able to walk, doctor? Doctor, Mr. Hyoudou needs to rest for at least 3 months, that is, no movements that shake him. Even if I had said that, the girls knew that they were going to ignore it, as they say, a few phoenix tears and this gem. Now in the waiting room you will find Julio reading a magazine next to Gaspar, while Kiba and Tsubaki waited for their turn. Gaspar, Kiba-kun, what happened to you? Kiba, I fell down the stairs when I was cleaning the house, smiling nervously. Tsubaki just chuckled, missing the two boys. Julio, I pray a lot that you and Issei-kun heal and attend my wedding, smiling. Kiba, take it for granted, we'll be there, smiling. Speaker, Hyoudou, Kiba, room 4. I repeat, Hyoudou, Kiba, room 4. Kiba, I think it's my turn. See you at the wedding. And Julio, congratulations. The blonde man got up to grab his crutches, and with Tsubaki's help, they went to where the speaker indicated, leaving them both alone. Gaspar, Julio-san, aren't you surprised that this hospital's income increased because of the children? Julio, it must be because of the number of accidents. I hope that doesn't happen to me. At that, the noise of a wheelchair was heard trying to carry Issei by Rias. Gaspar, Issei-senpai, how did it go? Issei, very well, the doctor told me that in about 3 months I'll be as good as new. Gaspar, I'm so sorry that truck hit you. Issei, why yes, you already know things about life, Gaspar smiling nervously. Julio, I hope you can still come to my wedding. Issei, take it for granted that. Zenobia, we'll go to your wedding, Julio. I hope nothing bad happens that day, sinister smile. Julio, why yes, don't worry, Zenobia, everything will be fine. Irina, I'm so glad you and Zenobia get along so well. Asia, hi, you know how Zenobia-san is when it comes to Griselda-san. Julio, why yes, don't worry, everything will be fine, trembling with fear. Zenobia, well, we'll see each other at the wedding, and again congratulations. The Hyoudou retreated from the place, although the Joker from the sky could still feel Zenovia's murderous gaze. Gaspar, is everything okay, Julio-san? Julio, why yes, Gaspar-kun, I just remembered one thing for tomorrow, well, see you at the wedding, getting up to leave. The half-vampire noticed Julio walking nervously, he didn't know what was wrong with him, but decided to ignore it for the moment. Wedding day. In the church, everything was ready for the ceremony, however, in the reception area where Griselda was, the nun dressed in a beautiful pure white wedding dress, was putting the finishing touches on. Griselda, I think this is fine, applying a little lipstick. The woman then walked past a mirror to see how she looked in the dress. Griselda, I hope it doesn't make me look fat, turning around looking at her rear, this also looks a bit inflated, right? Suddenly I heard the door open, revealing that it was Zenobia and Gabriel. Zenobia, everything ready, sister? Griselda, hi, I could only do the finishing touches, smiling nervously. Gabriel, don't worry Griselda-chan, everything will be fine. Griselda, thank you Gabriel-sama, smiling calmly. Zenobia, this is the first time we see the wedding of two angels, and I thought they wanted it to be in heaven. Griselda, Dulio wanted it to be something more normal, even for me. Gabriel, it doesn't matter where you celebrate it, the important thing is to receive the Lord's blessing. Griselda, that's right Gabriel Sama praying amen. Zenobia, well yes I wish you the best sister. But before she could digest anything else, Griselda hugged the girl. Zenobia, sister Griselda. Griselda, Zenobia, since I met you I knew you would be a good girl, I want to thank you for everything smiling. Zenobia, not at all sister. Separating from the hug I want to thank you, you are a great older sister to me, and I want you to be happy just like you wanted me to be happy for that thank you 1E smiling with some tears. Griselda wiped the girl's tears and gave her a hug that the girl reciprocated, all seen by Gabriel, who smiled at the moving event. Gabriel, Griselda-chan, it's time. The nun stopped hugging him to smile and then walk alongside Gabriel to the ceremony. The rest of the wedding went smoothly, there was even a choir of angels singing, several guests, and finally we focused on the newlywed couple. When the priest said the phrase, Dulio nervously kissed Griselda, who gladly reciprocated the kiss, thus sealing this union with a new marriage. Now the only question was, how would they celebrate their wedding night? Well Zenobia as a wedding gift gave her dear sister something special that would serve her for a lifetime, a beautiful golden doorknob. The evening. Dulio's house. In place of the Joker in the sky leading us to his room, there was a golden knob right where the doorknob should be. So the newlyweds were in a special room, Dulio walked dressed in normal clothes. Dulio, excuse me, is this where you can help me? Of course, my son, tell me, what is your sin? From the shadows came the same Griselda, but with something different the woman was dressed like a hexy nun, barely the straps of her tunic covered her enormous breasts, and the back of her dress did not cover her enormous buttocks. Dulio, well you see sister today by accident I saw a girl with those sinful things, and I wanted to know how serious is that. Griselda, oh, my son, I'm afraid that is a very serious sin, but don't worry, there is a way for you to be purified before the Lord. Dulio, really? Smiling excitedly tell me which one it is. Griselda, first, I need you to take off all your clothes, please smiling. With some embarrassment, Dulio began to slowly take off all his clothes under Griselda's perverted gaze, once he was naked. Griselda, very well little sheep, now lie down on the bed. Obeying her order, Dulio lay down on the soft bed and Griselda immediately began to tie his limbs with chains. Dulio, excuse me sister, is this necessary? Griselda, of course, little sheep, I must tie you up so that sin cannot escape into another body smiling. Once she finished tying him up, Griselda climbed onto the bed, landing on top of Dulio. Dulio, sister looking nervously at Griselda. Griselda, now little sheep, I will explain to you what this purification ritual consists of lifting the fabric of her dress, showing her crotch you must put that sin inside a holy woman, so that later I can purify it, so that the Lord grants you his forgiveness lascivious smile. Dulio, sister, are you sure that? But then the boy's vision began to darken because Griselda put a blindfold on his eyes and then approached his ear. Griselda, now little sheep, prepare to be purified licking Dulio's ear. What happened next were male screams and moans coming from the room, but what Dulio never knew was a camera that was recording that obscene act carried out by these two angels. And so the sinful but fun married life of Dulio and Griselda was just about to begin. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching, if you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day bye.